everybody and welcome to Creativity Time. My name is Tatiana. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia and I craft and blog under Tatiana Creative. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm sorry, just thought I'd move the camera, but maybe not. I'm a little late. I got held up, had a delivery, and anyhow, I'm here. I'm ready to create. Are you ready to be inspired? Hello, Joan and Amanda. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to be using two brand new stamp sets from the 2022 to 2023 annual catalogue. So let's flip down and start. I don't see any point wasting crafting time. So here we have it. I bought from the annual catalogue the Alphabest bundle, which is this Alphabet Stamp Set with all the different, I don't know what they're called, but I know that in French and German you would use them, and all the letters fit in this gorgeous little punch. So that I thought this would be really fun for scrapbooking, but it's also fun for creating any sorts of sentiments that you need. Hello, Roz from Florida. And I really loved that concept. And then this one is a host stamp set. So you can earn this one for free. And I gotta say, I overlooked it at first, but then I saw a project from Martin Stone, he was on the artisan design team with me last year and he's on the artisan design team this year. And I just went, I have to have that stamp set. So let's create something. And I thought we could create our own sentiment. Let's start with the flowers. And see, I've got some leftovers here, but we're going to use, have you seen the grid paper and the new in colors? How pretty is it? This is, what is it called? Party Parakeet. And I thought we could definitely use some Party Parakeet, and let's go with Shaded Spruce as our outline color. I wanted something different. And so you could stamp your outlines in black, such as Memento, and this stamp set has the outlines and the filler, which is what I really like about it. But you could also stamp the outlines in color, which is what we'll do. And then I'm just thinking, what color flowers should we do? I'm thinking a pink. Ooh, I know. Polished pink with, where are you? Sweet Sorbet as our outline color. I am going to grab a piece of basic white, and because I'm using a photopolymer stamp set, I am going to place my Stampin' Piece mat underneath just so that I have a little bit of padding. And I think I'm going to do these tulips because I haven't used them yet. I'm going to stamp, well, I think they're tulips. They're probably just buds, but they remind me of tulips. One, two, three, four. Let's do 5. Probably we'll want to do a second color actually. Let's have a second color. What would go well? A yellow. I'm thinking a yellow, which we will do So Saffron for the inside and Mango Melody. That's daffodil. Where's my Mango Melody? Found it. This is what happens when you don't unpack Mango Melody for the outline. Give that a clean and start and stamp some. That'll be beautiful. Don't know how many we'll need. Clean that off, and now I'm going to take the filler image. So the stamp case kind of pairs them off so that you can see which one. So we're looking for this one. And I'll start with So Saffron. And it's supposed to be, what should I say? It's not supposed to be a solid, it's supposed to be very artistic looking, fun. And I have found, because it's a solid image, initially when I stamp it, it seems a bit wrong, but then as the ink dries, I find that I really, really love the effect. So that's that pair. Let's pair it off. Well, I'm pairing the outline and the Unfortunately, there isn't any die, so we are going to have to fussy cut this, but I don't mind fussy cutting. We can get into a fussy cut debate if you'd like. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you don't mind a bit of fussy cutting. Let's see, and I'm going to get this leaf. And this leaf, because they're easier to fussy cut. And what I'm going to do is mount both. Roz is up for some fussy cutting. So I've mounted 2 of the leaves onto my block so that it's quicker. And Joan also has given me a thumbs up. And what I might do is flip that around, and that should be enough leaves. So that was Shaded Spruce for the dark outline, and now I'm going to find that one goes onto that one about there, so I'm going to place that there, and then we need this little one, just this one, for this leaf, and I'm going to place it there, and then I can mount them both onto my block and filler it in just like I did with the outlines. And of course I'm going to use Parakeet Party. I do keep getting confused which way it goes around. Oh, and flip. Since I flipped. Hey Tanya, how's it going? I'm about to do some fussy cutting. I know that you are team fussy cutting. We were just discussing, and actually Roz said she was, and Joan said she was. So we've got quite a few team fussy cutting. Hey, how about that being, since we're using the Alphabest, how about, what if I did the sentiment team fussy cutting? That's taking it too far, but that would be funny. Okay, snips. Love my snips because I think they're fantastic for fussy cutting. And what I find good for fussy cutting is to actually separate all my elements first. I'm glad I'm getting a reaction. I'm just going to snip and people, could we start thinking, oh, if you could give me suggestions, what color cardstock should we use for the card base? We could go gray and something quite simple, or we could go colored, or a blue. These might look quite nice offset on a blue, such as Pool Party or Balmy Blue. Just let me know what you think. Team fussy cutting, yes. I could so totally do it. There's a hashtag and everything. I know I joked, but I'm thinking I will. Because isn't it the point of alphabet sets, to fill in what we don't have in sentiments? Well, not the point, but you can personalize cards. And yeah, team fussy cutting. Starry Sky. Ooh, I like that suggestion. Yes, I gathered that it was a suggestion for the background. That would pop, because these are quite bright colors, aren't they? And with the white. Ooh, I'm loving that suggestion. Give me a heart if you think we should use Starry Sky. As I should probably, for those who are not familiar with colors, all the Stampin' Up colors, should I say. This is Starry Sky. So let me know. What do you think? Should I? Look at those colors pop on the Starry Sky. I was thinking a pale color. I was thinking light colors in what I was saying before. I can bring them out as well, but I just want to get this fussy cutting done so that we can get creating. Joan has sent me a love heart. Well, she sent me a purple love heart. So Starry Sky is a purple navy blue. I know that seems oxymoron-ish because a navy blue cannot be purple, but that's probably, and it's lighter, but that's probably a really good way of describing it. Anyone else got a suggestion, or are we liking Starry Sky? It's a beautiful color. Yes, I agree. Rose is a very beautiful. Amanda says you just do white, which also would be very elegant. And it's often what I do. I often craft. Do you have, so let me know in the comments, do you have crafting habits that you like to fall back on? So one of mine is a white card base, because it's just such a classic and so easy. I'm gonna cut that swoosh off. Ooh, I know. We definitely have to use the new iridescent pearls, because they are beautiful and I haven't used them yet. And I do have them. Okay, so Roz says she doesn't use white often. Very interesting. She prefers to pull out a complementary color to the image or DSP. That is beautiful. Yes, that is a good way to know which color to use, because if you just go with the colors, and the DSP always, not tells you, but the DSP is a good starting point. I actually don't use a lot of DSP. If you notice, it's not something I often showcase. I wish I could showcase it more, because the DSP is beautiful. For those who may be watching and don't know what DSP is, Designer Series Paper, Stampin' Up has a beautiful series of paper. And I actually am running a paper and ribbon share right now. So you can sign up and get a quarter pack of all the new paper that's in the new annual catalog. And that way you can have it all for a fraction of the price and not have to think, which one can I get? And I'm also offering a ribbon share, so that's again a fraction of the price of buying all the ribbon, except because the ribbon is only 9 meters, I prefer to divide it into 3 so that you get at least 3 meters, because 2.25 just doesn't sound as nice. So I'll put the link in the video description once I'm finished this video to my paper and ribbon shares. They are limited to those in Australia. If you're not in Australia and you'd like to participate in a share, I'm sure I'll be able to find a demonstrator near you who would be willing to help you out there. And look at that. We've only got 2 more flowers to fussy cut. Come on, it doesn't want to come up. It wanted to stay. Okay, so that's Starry Sky. And I'm going to pull out Balmy Blue. Yeah, I don't like it as much. Let's just put a few leaves here, some of the flowers. Excuse me, aspirating on my tea. And what else? We had white. White is an option. And I wanted to try Pool Party as an option. Those are, well, we could go through all the colors. I won't go through all the colors. I have to say that I am loving the Starry Sky. Let's do a quick poll because it's fun. So if you like the Pool Party, which is the one I'm pointing to right now, give me a thumbs up. If you like the Balmy Blue, send me a love heart for Balmy Blue. If you prefer the Starry Sky, do a laughing face. Ha ha ha. I don't know the hand gesture for a laugh. Ha ha ha. And if you prefer the basic white, do a, you know, the wow. I think it's a wow face. Which I accidentally. I'm seeing love hearts. Joan has given me laughing. So it's kind of like between these two. Amanda's gone. Wow, Tanya, what are you? Oh, Tanya's also. Tanya has sent me 1,000 little wow faces. So just quickly running through that one more time. A thumbs up for Pool Party. Love heart for Balmy Blue. A ha ha ha. Ha 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 for Starry Sky, and a wow for white. Oh, I'm seeing lots of ha ha ha's coming through. Ooh, that is tough because it is definitely between these two. And I know I need to make a decision. Oh, I'm seeing some more ha-ha-ha's and more wows. Guys, you're not making it easy. I have an idea. I have an idea. And I'm thinking that this is not actually, and that's why it's in my scraps pile. Ah, Amanda, I'm going to make 2 cards. So pretty much that, one with each. Making it, I just did 2 cards, 2 in 1. Just grabbing a trimmer. So what I do is I trim my cardstock in half and then cut it in half in the opposite direction to create my card bases, which I have those 2, and I need in card front for both, but I have one in white pre-cut. I'm just going to pre-cut, well, not pre-cut, I'm going to cut the Starry Sky. Grab the card front and 2 card inserts, and we need 2 envelopes. And I pre-score, which helps folding in half. But I always recommend using a bone folder to burnish the fold, because then they sit nice and flat. So if I don't burnish this one, you'll see that it popped up, and that can be annoying. Whereas once you burnish it, it doesn't pop. And I always like to use a card front. And I'm thinking I'm going to do something a little bit different, partly because I blogged a card yesterday, which I won't share because it's going to show in June, but there was some tearing in that card. And you probably can't see the contrast here, but when you're in person, you can see the edge. And what I'm going to do is tear. So we have that, it's showing up, particularly when I hit it in the light. So let's do the same to the white. Kind of tearing it in half on an angle. And then we can put our flowers and leaves. It would pop more if I swapped them. Yes, it would. I do agree. I'm also creature of habit. Love to do tone on tone, but let's do that. And perfect. Look at that. It's like I knew this was going to happen. And then the leaves. So you're getting the picture of where I'm going with this. And what I'm going to do is, I'm frustrated that that little bit wasn't cut straight. So I'm going to trim that. Probably can't even see it on camera, but I could see it. There we go. And I'm just trying to work out how to incorporate team fussy cutting, which is quite a long phrase. Hashtag team fussy cutting along the bottom. Let's start with the white. Let's really not use this. Ah, I know what to do. Hashtag no. Team T. Oh. E. I'm not spelling for your benefit. I am spelling for my own. And I think we will fit the words more if I if I stamp them individually. Team. U. There's the U. Oh, I found another T. Ah, because I didn't pick up a T. I picked up a U. Isn't that silly of me? Good thing I noticed. Now I'm trying to find where it goes. There. I don't even know how I mistaked that for a U. Okay, F-U, fussy is double S, Y. Cutting, C. Is that a C? Ah, that's, goes this way. U. Cutting, T. I'm not going to fit that across. Looks shorter in print. I-N. It's the N. I. Cutting. Oh, come on. Kindness. Oh, let's do that. Let's do kindness instead while I've got all these letters out, but that's okay. So, K. Put them here. K, I, N, kind, N, E, kind. Oh, Roz has got a cool one, Team FC hashtag. But let's go with kindness today. And I will try to work in a nice little fussy cutting reference in a card in the near future. Because otherwise you're going to spend a lot of time watching me do this. And it would bother me if this wasn't, not so much straight, but if it wasn't centered. Actually, no, it's all right. We don't have to center it. What we have to do is put it towards one side. So we'll start with the hashtag and work away our cross across. And we're going to use Starry Sky on the white, and on the Starry Sky, we're going to use Versamark ink and heat emboss in white. And even though we don't sell it anymore, I'm going to use it today because it is a dark color. The good old embossing buddy. So just a little bit of anti-static powder because I feel that we may need it. And I'm going to start with the hashtag, and that's fine. And then clean. So by stamping in the Versamark first, I don't have to clean my stamp between. You'd think I'd do it the opposite way. But it just means that I can get them both done quicker. Okay. I'm adding the embossing powder with each step because I don't want the Versamark to dry out while I'm stamping all the letters. But I'll heat it all at once. Aye. So Versamark first. Because it doesn't ruin your ink pads to add, to stamp from Versamark into color. Actually, you could do that and then clear emboss something, and that way you get the embossed look in color. So I shouldn't talk too much because I will misspell kindness. Hi Margaret, thank you for joining and for sharing, much appreciated. Kindness. N. Yes. Yes. Sorry, spelling is not my strong point. I know that that's a simple word, but when you're going live, you can start questioning yourself. Kindness. Double S. Does this S have an orientation? Just checking the cover. Seems to be fairly symmetrical. So I am going to do both S's and then into look at that. Ooh. I'm going to close the ink pad, that one, and cover it with embossing powder. And let the magic happen, okay? Who doesn't enjoy a little bit of heat embossing? It is quite magical watching that powder change and set. That's in focus. And I don't know if you're picking up on that changing, but it is beautiful. Great suggestion, Amanda. Thank you. What I'm going to do next is grab some Stampin' Dimensionals, and this is a good time to use those edge pieces. So I'm going to use the edge piece down here, and oh, I've used all the edges there. Oh no, Margaret! That would really annoy me. So Margaret has just commented that she loves heat embossing, but she can't find her heat tool after moving house. Oh dear. And Amanda, I did see you said something, but you did smile. Yes, thank you for your suggestion. Now I am also being conscious that I want to tuck my flowers in along that torn edge. So I'm going to try to make sure that I don't put too many dimensionals close to that edge to allow me to tuck those flowers in without any dimensional interference. Because, you know, it's a real big problem. And the benefit of using those edges, if you have a lot of them, is that it's a lot quicker to peel off than all those individual little hexagons. There we go. And now you can arrange so what I'm going to do is glue them straight down, because I could spend a lot of time arranging and rearranging, and that is going to be of no interest or benefit. And I'm going to grab my, so when my glues stop pouring glue, it's when I can no longer get it any out. I sit it upright on my table for however long I feel, and then I cut that. And so I take the label off so that I know that that glue was semi-done. And this point you would normally throw it out. But then I chop the top off, and then I use a little paintbrush, and there's actually quite a bit of, I don't know if you can see that. So that's glue that wasn't coming out, and it could have potentially been thrown out because I didn't bother. And yes, before you ask, I do keep them upside down so that the glue does drop to the nozzle. So I am not wasting any glue this way. I am definitely using as much of it as I possibly can. This is particularly fantastic at Christmas time when you have a lot of cards, or when you're doing one sheet wonders and making quite a few cards. And the reason why I love the liquid glue is that it gives me wiggle room, and I don't have to attach things. Well, I attach them precisely, but that gives me a bit of time as I'm sticking it down to place the items where I would like them and move them in. And if you're not confident with sticking things down so permanently, the other great thing about this glue is that you can let it, so I've added some on the backs, I could let it dry and it becomes a transparent color. And see, I put that one in the wrong spot and I was able to just move it across. And once it's transparent, it becomes a tacky glue, so it's repositionable. And then you can place your images, and if you're not happy, you can lift them up quite gently and move them around. So isn't that fantastic? That this glue is so multi-purpose. Oh my goodness, I can't decide which one do I like. The Starry Sky background with the white or the white background. And now let's just add some leaves in. Definitely behind. Which one's your favorite? And to save your writing it all out, you can say 1 or 2. So it's just a matter of now placing a bit of a floral arrangement. And I've got to say it's very handy that I'm not bumping into any dimensionals as I'm arranging my flowers and leaves. Margaret says she thinks she likes both, but a little bit more. Joan said both. I can't decide. Both are lovely. Thank you. I can't decide. They both look striking, don't they? And the colour pops in both. I'm adding a bit of height with that leaf there. And I'm wondering, no. Actually, the other star. Oh, I don't have enough of them. 1, 2, 1, 2. I did do 5. Oh yes, yes, yes. I like that. And I'll have to use this leaf here. And just add a bit more height. Put that one up there. And I did say we're going to use some pearls, iridescent pearls. There. But before we do them, put the glue away. And so I just keep it in a little container so that it keeps from drying out, and I keep my paintbrush on top. Yes, the paintbrush is covered in a bit of glue, but as long as you don't get your scraps onto it, it is totally cool and fine. We need to stamp the inside of our card. Hello, Deborah, thank you for joining. And we need to stamp our envelopes. And what we're going to do is find the stamp, which is a good first step. And I'm going to stamp some tulips. Well, I've been calling them tulips. They're probably just flower buds. But right behind the envelope flap there. That's the second. Back from work, excellent. I'm late, well not late, well I did start late, but I went live later than my usual time because I had a delivery to accept and needed to be available. And so that's worked out well for you, hasn't it? Now I don't want to stamp on my I didn't want to stamp straight onto the pad because I don't want to get ink on my, I do have two, so one where I poked holes in and one that I do not, but no, they're there. And I think I'm using the hole poked one, not that I've poked many holes. And we need leaves and fillers. And this is, I always think I should do this beforehand, but when you don't know what you're quite going to do, it's a little more challenging. Okay, let's do a leaf first. Let's do the little leaf. Coming off the edge. Very subtle, but it's there, and I know it's there. And I'm going to flip the envelope upside down just to make it easier for myself to place that leaf. I could have gone a bit higher, which I will do on the other side. There. So that'll peek through from behind the envelope flap. So a little bit higher. higher. So that was Shaded Spruce again, Parakeet Party, the filler, which was this. Oh no, I used that one, so it's this one here. So some of the colors that we've used today are the new in colors. This Party Parakeet is one, the Sweet Sorbet, which is the outline of the red, and the Starry Sky in the cardstock. And there's two other colors, which are Orchid Oasis and Tahitian Tide. Tahitian Tide. And those are all known as in colors together. And I am running my in color club where you can collect all 5 across 5 months, 5 monthly payments, and you will get everything that Stampin' Up has to offer in those colors. So it's kind of fun, and I make a card, a monotone card every month in your color so that you can keep, sorry, battery is starting to get low. I plugged in one because I use a two camera system. I plugged in one camera but did not plug in the other. That's okay, we're almost done. I'm gonna close the ink before I get ink on my projects and bring in our cards, and we need to adhere. I've got to say though, it's a lot easier to adhere the insides, the card inserts, with the glue in its container than getting the paintbrush out. But if you're doing a few of them, paintbrush works quite well. And I don't know why I've got a green line there. It looks like I got my cardstock into ink, but that's okay. Kindness, don't judge. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Very custom made sentiment. Thank you, Amanda, for that suggestion. I will try to do something with Team Fussy Cutting because totally. Final touch. Final touch is the Iridescent Pearl Basic Jewels. And I don't know, can you see that? If I compare them with the regular pearls. So here are some of the regular pearls, and here are the iridescent ones. And I have to say the iridescent ones are whiter in look, and then they have this ever so slight, which I don't think the camera is picking up, but trust me, it's there. On the tops, when I rotate them, it has this iridescent, this shine of all these different colors. I'm seeing some greens and purples and oranges and pinks and blues. It is really, really pretty. So I am going to, people like to use their Take Your Pick tool. This is not a habit I've picked up, so let's give it a go. So I use this. Oh, that is cool. Ooh, that is a fantastic way of placing. Oh my goodness. I do not know why I have not learnt this trick earlier. There we go. Just some pearls to finish it up, and I'll place. So I was doing a triangle, which will have to be slightly different on this side. Let's see my triangle there. 1, 2, 3, and always thought this was harder. This is so much easier. Oh my goodness. Take Your Pick tool has been out for years. And I've not done this. I kept using my paper snips to totally new favorite way of adding embellishment. There we go. I really love them on the starry sky. So there are the projects 2-in-1 kindness cards, because we can never get enough of those in the world. And thank you so much for all the suggestions. These cards were really created by everyone who was watching today, because you all gave your suggestions and comments, and then we voted. So I am really thrilled with how those have turned out, and I really appreciate your input. So let's just one last look quickly. Oh, don't want to cover the kindness. How cool is that? And the ripped effect is beautiful. I'm a little obsessed after making that other card, which you'll see on my blog in June. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that I have inspired you to spend some time being creative. Creativity is such a wonderful gift that we all have. People like to say to me, I'm not creative. And honestly, we all have it. It's just some of us have cultivated that gift and others have not had the opportunity to cultivate it as much. And I do encourage you, if you feel a little overwhelmed with starting as I did from scratch, we have some fabulous kits which allow you to be creative, put things together, make some wonderful cards with your own two hands. They have step-by-step directions, or you can assemble them in any way you wish to do, and just explore that creativity of yours a bit more. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, let me know. Post a question, comment, and I will get back to you. And I'll see you next week on Wednesday at 1 p.m, my usual time for creativity time. Bye for now.